Greetings, Cubs. Welcome and welcome back again. It's time to step into the lion's den. So I'm going to go ahead and start on BlackPink's 2022 prediction reading. Basically, if you've been following, I'm trying to hit as many groups as I can before the month is up. To do a sort of just a prediction of how, an overall how 2022 is going to go for some of the groups. I'm going to hit, of course, all of my main groups that I stand first, and then kind of maybe branch off into some more nuanced groups or newer groups that have come out. So I'm going to go ahead and hit BlackPink right now because I've dropped a few boy groups already. So let's go ahead and get some energy cards for how 2020, God, I don't know why it's so hard for me to say 2022. 2022 is going to look for BlackPink. This is a lot of cards that just dropped. I only wanted one. Well, F it, you know. Alrighty. Okay, give me a card for 2022 for BlackPink. Ooh. I'm going to actually just use this deck to pull another card. Okay, well, never mind. You know, all the time, I used to have this issue before. I would get frustrated because I would be looking for one card, and every time I want one, like, you know, one card, I always get more than I asked for. So I wanted to be cute and even, one on each side, but I guess we're not going to have that today. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick one card from another deck, and it's not going to be the ones that already fell out because they've already done their damage. They're out. So instead, I'm actually going to use my energy oracle cards, and I'm going to pick a card from here to reflect another main energy. Okay. Let's see. BlackPink. An energy for next year for them. Okay. Look at that. Isn't that funny? Look at the card. 2022. I'm sorry. 22. So for the year of 2022. Okay. So basically this is what I'm going to get. Alrighty. So for 2022 so far, let's start into the oracles. We have Witch, and then we have Yin and Yang. So the card for Witch, this is out of my Believe in Your Own Magic oracle deck. It says Justice is Coming. And then out of my Energy Oracle deck, it says Yin and Yang. Meaning, this is telling me that basically more of their hard work and their effort will be returned by next year. I don't know when their contracts are up, but until then, I do see them still receiving a lot of good fortune. No, my lotion. A lot of good fortune for next year. I don't know where I put my lotion. My hands are getting a little dry. Oh well. Let's go on to the oracles. All right. So the first card we have says Distorted Perceptions. Reality is rarely what we are raised to believe it is. Then the next card is the Unknown. Knowing the unknowns. And then the last card for the top row is Responding and Not Reacting. The only control we have is how we respond to the hand that we are dealt. So it does look like next year there may be some form of turbulence. But I guess that's why we start off with Justice is Coming. There may be a form of turbulence that comes for BlackPink in the beginning of 2022 or just somewhere in 2022. It seems like things may be kind of wild for them, but as long as they kind of, I guess, go with the flow, the year of 2022 should be good. That's also probably why we have yin and yang, because there may be a cycle of good and bad that keeps happening for the group BlackPink. Wow, yeah, so there may be some form of cycle. It's like things seem like they're going good, then they end up going bad. Then it's just like everyone seems to be kind of confused of what's next, what's going to happen next. So there's this almost with knowing the unknown. Sorry, I know that's a tongue twister, but it's called the unknown, knowing the unknown. It seems like there may be something that causes a lot of blinks or fans to kind of sit back and be a little flabbergasted, trying to figure out, well, what's going to happen next now that this event has gone down. So there definitely seems to be, like, there will be good and bad, but a balance of good and bad for BlackPink so far. And again, it looks like the importance is in the responding and not reacting. So when things do start to go a little haywire for BlackPink, it looks like the best response for YG or the group itself is to have a proper response, instead of having a knee-jerk reaction to it. So if there needs to be an apology, it's time to have it's time to do that as a response. If there needs to be them speaking out for them or pulling them back and maybe having them sit back at home, whatever it needs to be, whatever it is, it seems like more so there needs to be a verbal communication or a clarification of something for them, instead of an immediately, oh, let's kick someone out or let's, you know, stop the group promotions. I think that's the importance in responding and not reacting. Next we have Clover, release your guilt. Yeah, something is going to go kind of wrong next year for them. We have also Lioness. It says you've earned all your stripes, which is what I was saying in the beginning. It seems like BlackPink is going to get more recognition based off of how much effort they've been putting out there. And then we have Potion, remember to practice self-love. Okay, so I'm not sure what this issue or multiple issues, as the yin and yang is like almost a cycle of ups and downs that will be happening for BlackPink. Definitely BlackPink will be in the spotlight a lot more come next year. If the cards are played correctly by YG, they have the potential to be a lot more in the spotlight, but it may not all be good. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull some more cards. I wanted to pull from this one. So I'm going to pull more oracle cards to get more insight on what 2022 is going to be like for BlackPink next year. Whew. Let's see, 2022. 2022. Okay. So we have Pink Lotus Fairy, a time for spirit, Voodoo and Blue, back off, and Ghost of the past returns for a time. So there may be some reoccurring, something that, something on one of the girls may be brought up in the future. So it could be something for them being called out, and it may be, again, a time for somebody to kind of maybe stay quiet and focus on themselves. And even as we have back off, it's almost like this is almost like opposite energy, because this one is more relaxed and kind of focusing on how to calm themselves and come to an understanding, where the Voodoo and Blue is back off. It's more of an aggressive, it's more of a react instead of a response. So I do feel like there is a potential for, it looks like there is a half and half split. And what I mean by that, especially, again, yin and yang, and there's this like, there's a potential where it's still 50-50, that where something goes wrong, somebody could open their mouth and make things incredibly worse. But they do have an opportunity to take a step back, be quiet, and just let it pass. So it's basically, I'm saying I'm not sure what road whatever BlackPink member is going to take, or if it's all of the BlackPink members. I'm not sure which direction they're going to take, but there's one that is more calm, and then there's a hostile one, and both of them are pretty much coming out. So we'll just have to, I guess we'll have to wait next year to see what scandals it is, or how they approach any kind of issues that they come up with. This is the last oracle I'm going to pull, and then I'm going to go, and then I'm going to use my tarot. So the first card is The Right Way, learning to create what you desire. You know what I automatically feel? I feel like there's going to be another solo next year immediately. I'm not sure why. I feel like somebody's going to kind of break away from the group, and there's going to be more solo activity next year. Almost like, and I also sense there's a bit of frustration coming next year. Like one of the girls is going to get a little frustrated. If they do have some up and down scandals, I do see somebody kind of getting frustrated and almost being like, let me do my own thing. Let me do my own thing, because if we can't act as a group, or if we can't do this, then I can just release my own stuff, and I can, you know, I can get myself together while they get their selves together. However it is, I definitely feel like somebody is going to be like very annoyed, very tired of it, and just like, let me do my thing. It says, use your time well, make every moment count. Yeah, and then lastly, it changed in the night. You have changed quickly. Yeah, I do sense that there's going to be annoyance within the group. Like, somebody is going to be very annoyed. Whether they have a scandal or not, somebody's going to be very, very annoyed, and they're going to be like, basically, give me my stuff, I want to go. I'm going to go. I'm going to do what I need to do, because I'm not about to let this hold me back, or I'm not going to let them hold me back, or I'm not going to let you hold me back. It's my time to shine, and I'm going to go for it. Which is also where use your time well, make every moment count. There's somebody who is not going to let their efforts go to waste. They're pretty intense. They're like, no, I've worked too hard. I've worked too hard for this to be ruined, for me to be set back, for our plans to be postponed, to be canceled, and changed in the night. Yeah, they're going to make a ruckus. There's somebody in here who's going to make a ruckus. Maybe not publicly, but within the company or within the group, however it may be, they're going to make a ruckus next year. So it may be whoever comes solo first, whatever it is. Yeah. More and more I'm looking at this yin and yang. I'm like, and this justice, I'm like, the justice may be for a particular member and not the whole group. And the yin and yang may be, the yin and yang, rather than just kind of cycles in general. It could be like, yeah, it's going to be good at first, but then it's going to be really bad. But we'll see. Let me go ahead and start to pull my tarot out. Let me know your thoughts, you guys. Is Jisoo having a solo next year, by the way? Jisoo should be the next member to have a solo. I'm not saying this is her. I'm definitely not saying this is her. I really don't know. But I want to know, because I just realized I think every member has already had a solo except for Jisoo, unless I missed it. I'm so sorry if I did. But yeah. Alright. So let's go ahead and see what is in store. What's the biggest, what is going to be the biggest event or biggest thing that happens for BlackPink next year? So we have the Three of Cups that you guys saw fly out. So again, I am seeing forms of celebration. I'm seeing happiness. I'm seeing success. But I'm also getting this 10 of Wands. So there's this burden. Okay. Yeah, okay, so again, we're having these twos, right? So we have the yin and yang, and then we also have this form of Two of Pentacles. It's absolutely going to be an up and down kind of situation, positive, negative. The only thing is I don't know if it's going to be like a roller coaster where it's back and forth of ups and downs, or if it's going to be something where it starts off as very positive and then ends up extremely negative, or vice versa, starts off very negative and then ends up very positive. Either way it goes, I will say that there will be some ups and downs for BlackPink next year, but definitely seeing a lot of them in present in the future. So yeah, Knight of Pentacles, they are going to still continue to work. The Hangman, there are going to be opportunities that arise for them that may not be acted upon immediately or accepted. So there may be some forms of disappointments. But for the most part, I'm not seeing anything. Well, there is this loss here. I mean, again, it's like, it's not terribly bad. Maybe. Yeah, it's not terribly bad. But there may be something that may be quite disappointing to a lot of fans that happens next year. But in the end, I'm still seeing, we have the Ten of Pentacles. I'm still seeing BlackPink be pretty much very successful. Nothing terribly, you know, terribly awful. I'm not seeing anyone leaving. Maybe there being some annoyance or aggravation with scandals, and someone wanted to just go ahead and do solo work, you know, for a little bit. But outside of that, I do think BlackPink is going to continue on with their same way of working, and they are going to continue to be very successful. All right. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. Make sure you give this video a nice, beautiful thumbs up. Check out my Patreon if you would like to purchase a reading for yourself or for your favorite idol or celebrity. I really appreciate you stepping into the den with me today. And yeah, make sure you subscribe. I love you all so much, and I hope to see you again next time in the Lion's Den. Bye.